And welcome back, John Morris Show on a Tuesday. Happens to be draft day for the NBA. First round comes up tonight, second round tomorrow from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn. No better guy to talk about it from a Baylor and Big 12 perspective than our man King McClure, who's nice enough to give us some time this morning. Busy schedule. There he is, that $1 million smile. King, good morning to you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, J-Mo. How we doing?
Very good. Very good. Hey, seriously, thanks for your time. You're busy. What you working for Yahoo tonight and ESPN tomorrow?
Yeah, so I got to New York on Sunday. I had NBA today, yesterday, and some Sports Center hits. Tonight I'm with Yahoo doing the first round with Kevin O'Connor. And then tomorrow I'll be doing the main draft on ESPN with Billis and Wendy and Bobby Marks and Shams. I was, fortunate enough to be able to, get put on the big draft this year for the second round, and then Thursday I got NBA today again, and some Sports Center hits. So, yeah, it's been a little busy. It's been a little busy, J-Mo, but I'll always make time for you.
You're very kind. Thank you very much. And can I tell you again how proud we are of you and the things you're doing? That NBA today, is sort of expanded. You've done mostly college, but now expanded to NBA coverage also.
Yeah, and I say it publicly, J-Mo, thank you for just helping me. I never really would have expected to be here and be able to do this, but without you, without DK, without Coach Drew, I definitely wouldn't be here. I know you'd never take credit for it, but I always give it to you. Thank you for every way that you've helped me and grow in my career.
Thanks for saying that. I appreciate it, but you're a natural, man. I told you that from day one. You're a natural, and you've worked really hard at it also. Right. So really happy for you. Thanks for your time. I've been saying this could be an historic draft for the Big 12, isn't it? With all the guys, you look at the mock drafts, the Big 12's all over it.
Yeah, you have a lot of talent in the Big 12. I mean, you even just look at the top two. With Darren Peterson and AJ DeBonta. I mean, those two guys are guys who can make an immediate impact from day one. I mean, I think that who goes number one with all this chatter of, AJ not working out for teams, Darren not meeting with any team but the Wizards. Apparently he did meet with the Jazz. Didn't work out for them, but he did meet with the Jazz. So, I mean, that's interesting. You look at guys like Braden Burries, Chris Senack, Kingston Flemings, Cameron Carr. When it comes to like historical drafts in the Big 12, you have a bunch of guys who can make an immediate impact and who have the talent to be able to produce from year one.
Yeah, isn't that wild? I mean, we talk about the Big 12, how good the league is, and it kind of plays out, over the course of the season, then the NCAA tournament. And this is another measuring stick, isn't it, of how good the Big 12 really is?
I definitely would. I mean, I think it's credit to just the coaches as well, just being able to recruit those types of players. And not just recruit, but develop. I think that it's very underrated. We talk about the development of guys, especially, back in the day before the transfer portal hit. You had guys for 2-3 years and you were able to develop them that way. But now the development hasn't gone away. It just looks differently. Like we look at Houston specifically with Kingston Flemings, with the way Kelvin Sampson. I mean, Kingston Flemings did not come into the year as a top 10 pick in the draft. Like he only became that because Kelvin Sampson was able to develop him quickly and be able to get him there to where he went from being a guy who they could possibly have for 3 years to now he is a top 10 pick who's going to lead an NBA franchise. Man. So I think the development, right? The same thing with Cameron Carr. I mean, Baylor had Cameron Carr for what, a year and a half, I guess, a year and some change maybe because he transferred out early. But just him going from Tennessee, being on behind Chaz Lanier, never ever playing to now being a first round draft pick that could possibly sneak into the lottery. I mean, development looks differently because you don't have guys for as long, but we still can't forget about it. It's still something that is extremely pivotal in programs. So I think that also speaks to the coaches in the Big 12.
Yeah, that's a really great point. The development of those guys, and look where they are now, going to hear their name called tonight or at the worst tomorrow night. Yeah. What about Cam Carr? I'm seeing middle first round, maybe 15 or so.
Yeah.
You said might move up.
Yeah, I'm seeing 15 around that range. I'm gonna talk to Jeremy Wu yesterday, and he's high on Cameron Carr, and I feel like a lot of people are. The performance he put up, I mean, throughout the season he was great, but the performance he put up in the combine, I mean, I was right there. It was one of the most impressive things I've seen, especially to be on that stage with every single NBA organization watching you. the way he shot the basketball with his size and his athleticism. I mean, I think the potential is endless for him. Like, I think he can really be a high level producer in the NBA. He has deep range. He doesn't have, a great handle, but he's very efficient with his dribbles. Like, he's a straight line driver, doesn't really play with it, doesn't go side to side. It's more north than south. And that's what you want in a guy that doesn't really have a super strong handle. I think the area in which will really determine his ceiling is the defensive side. Like, how much does he really want to buy into playing defense? Because he has the physical tools and has the mindset to be able to do so because he's a competitor. But if he can buy into the defensive side and be a consistent 3-and-D type of guy, he'll make a ton of money, have a great career, and be in the league for 15 plus.
Wow, that's great. And I would think Cameron Carr, interviews pretty well also. Yeah. How much stock do they put into, the face-to-face interviews with these guys?
They put a lot of stock into it. I think when they talk to guys, they ask you some off-the-wall questions. They really want to get to know who you are. And I think that kind of sort of plays a role in a lot of the process. Like when AJ DeBonta the other day said that he didn't work out for any teams. He doesn't need to, because we've seen what he can do. We've seen the body of work from which he provided throughout the whole course of a season. At this point, it's now the teams doing their investigative research, like figuring out who you are as a person. Like, if you come into my locker room, are you a cancer? Yeah. Like, are you arrogant? Do you have enough selflessness to be able to play off the basketball and let the vets handle everything? Like, especially in a situation with Trae Young, Anthony Davis, whatever they're going to do with him. But do you have enough selflessness to be able to play third fiddle? So same thing with Cameron Carr. Like, we're going to interview you. We're going to talk to you. We're going to go talk to Coach Charlie Melton. We're going to go talk to everybody, see if you love the weight room. We might even find a teacher or professor to see what classes you were, how often you were actually in class. Like, what would you like when you were there? They'll go back to your high school. Like, these NBA teams do such a good job of just figuring out who they are, and they have to, because it's $1 million investment, like multi-million-dollar investment that they are putting in these players. So when it comes to interviewing, I think Cam Carr is phenomenal. He speaks well. I told him, actually, J-Mo, he needs to get in the TV when he's done.
Right.
You see him on a TV screen because he speaks that well. He said that he actually wants to do it one day afterwards, after he's done playing. But right. I told him, you need to consider it. That's your second job. There's no other option. There's no alternative, right?
That's a good suggestion.
So he definitely interviews well, no doubt. So I think that's one of the reasons why people like him so much and they gravitate towards him, because it's his personality.
Very cool. That's great assessment. Along those lines, there was all the talk during the season about Darren Peterson. Was he going to play? Was he sitting out? Was he making the call on that? Didn't visit, didn't work out for many NBA teams. It looks like it's not really going to affect him. Looks like he'll go number 2 at the lowest tonight.
Yeah, and I think that whole situation was just very interesting. I think that his camp kind of sort of handled things wrong. I think that I wish just up front, if this is what you were dealing with, then I wish you would have just came out and said that this is what you were dealing with. And now we're not looking at you and assuming the worst, because it got to a point where now all of a sudden on every big ESPN show, on First Take, on Get Up, they're starting to criticize you because it looks like what it seems like. Mm-hmm. Because we can only make our speculations because we don't actually know what's going on and we're not actually there. So I wish they would have just came out and said what it was from the beginning, and I wish they would have just handled it differently. But overall, as a kid, I heard nothing but great things about Darren Peterson as an actual player, as an actual person. Or he's a great competitor. Him wanting to be a point guard, I think is interesting. At Prolific Prep, he played the point guard spot. But, the jump from high school to college is a little bit different, way different. And then the jump from college to NBA is even greater. So I don't know if he can really be a point guard. When you look at his assist-to-turnover ratio, it was 1-to-1, 38 assists to 38 turnovers. So I find that interesting that he thinks that he's that and he wants to be that. I think he's more of like a Devin Booker type of player, just a guy who can go get buckets and can fill it up from deep. We've seen him have really loud moments this past season. But I do wish they would have handled the situation differently, J-Mo. I wish they would have just came out and been a little bit more upfront about it instead of kind of pulling him a little bit. It was almost kind of similar to Michael Brown from Louisville. A little different because, Darren Peterson took majority of that shine. But when you look into the Michael Brown situation, it's pretty similar. I just wish some of these guys would be a little bit more upfront, than like, try to be a little bit secretive about what's really going on. Because now it's up to us and the media to make our speculations. And we could be right, we could be wrong. But at the end of the day, especially when you get to like the Stephen A. Kendrick Perkins level, people are going to listen. So regardless of what's really going on, if it's false, if it's true or false, people are going to listen to what the speculations are.
Interesting. It'd be interested in your thoughts on Tounde Yessoufou, who put his name in, pulled it out, and now has transferred from Baylor to St. John's. I hate to see him go, but I think he got a ton of money to go to St. John's. What do you think was going on there that helped him make the decision to pull his name out of the NBA draft?
Who, J-Mo? Put me on the spot right here, J-Mo. I think in this scenario, I think that it's an interesting scenario. I think that he realized that he was not going to go as high as he probably thought he was. I think when you look at last year with Coach Drew, I thought Coach Drew did a tremendous job being able to adapt to the way that he plays. Because when coming into the year, I think that Tounde was expected to be a certain caliber player, and he was good. He was really good. Let's not get it twisted. He was really, really good. However, the style that Coach Drew wanted to play, he couldn't play that with Tounde Yessoufou. So he had to change his whole structure, change his whole style, which is hard for a lot of coaches to do, right? A lot of coaches cannot do that. They cannot adapt to their players. So he changed his whole offense to put Tounde in spots in which Tounde was able to be successful. And, that's when I think Tounde really rose to the level that, he ended up playing at, because he had a great year. But initially what I think that what Scott Drew wanted to do is Scott Drew wanted to like prepare him for the NBA, prepare him from the league. And when he realized that he couldn't do that, and he had to simplify his reads, simplify his spots on the court to be able to get to him, it kind of changed and altered things, which I think kind of lowered his draft stock, because it wasn't what he would be doing in the NBA.
Okay.
So I think that that's why his stock kind of dropped a little bit. And I think that that's why he put his name out. I think he made a good decision, because now you go to a school like St. John's. I heard he got a crap ton of money to go there. Shout out to Rick Pitino and being able to get those boosters to pay him that money. But I think that you have another year to develop. And I think that's the biggest overall take that I have about this. He needs more time to develop. Like, he just wasn't ready. And that's not no shade to him. That's not a knock on him. He just wasn't ready. And I think that's what it really just boils down to. And I think he's a good player. I think he's going to have a lot of success at St. John's. And I think he can be ready next year. But what it just boils down to is he just wasn't ready.
I got you. Look at you answering the hard questions. Way to go. I didn't mean for it to be that hard a question. That's the bottom line. He just wasn't ready, and he made a smart decision to play another year of college, right?
Yeah. I mean, my answer off the record might be a little bit differently, J-Mo, but
this is good. We'll leave it at that. What do you like best about New York? You go there a bunch. What do you do, or what do you like to do in New York?
J-Mo, this morning I was actually walking. Now I'm trying to lose weight. I'm down 20, trying to lose 25 more. And typically when I go on the road, I get lazy. I don't work out. I don't hit the weight room. I don't do anything. I just eat and I gain weight.
Yeah.
So I go the opposite direction. So I told myself now, because New York is a city where you can walk everywhere, I'm just first thing in the morning, I'm going to get like 8,000 steps. I'm about to go get like 3-4 miles in before I even eat anything, like basically do some like fasted cardio. And that's probably my favorite thing with New York. It's acceptable to walk everywhere because everybody's doing it. So I just fit in. But like the tough part is you could tell I'm not from here, because I'm the type of person, when I walk by you, I'm gonna like nod, I'm gonna smile, I'm going to just say like, how you doing, good morning. And people just look at me like, oh, you're a foreigner. Like, you're clearly not from here, because we don't speak to each other. We just keep it moving and keep it pushing. They'll bump you, it doesn't really matter. But I like embracing all that. It's kind of fun, So yeah, that's probably the coolest part.
That's pretty cool. That's great. Well, keep giving a smile on the streets of New York, even if you don't get one in return. Really appreciate your time, and we'll be tuned in to watch you and listen to you the next couple of days. Thanks for being on with us.
Yes, sir. Anytime, J-Mo.
All right. Love you, King. Thanks very much. Coach. Appreciate it. King McClure with us. He'll